Recovery from her wounds, Valera was moved by Samantha's sacrifice. The Queen revealed her own secret. She had never intended to conquer Earth. Her initial aggression was a show of strength to deter the other alien empires from attacking humans. Two women formed a genuine alliance. Samantha taught Valera about human compassion, while Valera showed Samantha how to command respect across the galaxy. Together, they created a new treaty making Earth and Zorax equal partners. 5 years later, Samantha stood beside Queen Valera as their united fleets defended Earth against the predicted invasion from the Krull Dominion. What had begun as a fake marriage to end one war had evolved into a true partnership that would win many more. Humanity gained powerful technology from the Zoraxians while the aliens learned human creativity and adaptability. The fake marriage that Samantha had reluctantly agreed to had transformed into something real, something that changed the destiny of two species forever. When Earth scientists developed a revolutionary energy source that could power entire planets without pollution, Valera ensured it was shared equally among all allied worlds. This act of generosity inspired more species to join their growing alliance. Samantha sometimes wondered what would have happened if she had rejected the marriage proposal all those years ago. Would Earth have been conquered, or would humans have fought back and somehow won? She would never know. What she did know was that her personal sacrifice had led to an unexpected future. Her diplomatic mission had become her life. And surprisingly, she was happy. The woman who had once been just Samantha Reeves, diplomat from Earth, was now Samantha Reeves of Earth, honored mate to Queen Valera, protector of two worlds. And as she stood on the observation deck of the royal palace watching the twin moons of Zorax Prime rise over the crystal forests, she realized that sometimes the most powerful weapons in the universe weren't warships or mind control devices. They were compromise, courage, and the unexpected capacity for two different species to find common ground. 10 years into their union, Samantha and Valera faced a new challenge. The Zoraxian people expected an heir to the throne. Valera explained that without an heir, her cousin General Krozak would take the throne after her death. And Krozak hated human Zoraxian biology, allowed two females to produce offspring through advanced genetic science, but it required a special ceremony and the blessing of the ancient priestesses. Some conservative Zoraxian noble houses opposed the idea of a human providing genetic material for the royal bloodline. Samantha was uncertain about becoming a mother, especially to a half-alien child. But she knew the alternative could mean war between their worlds after Valera's death. Valera gave Samantha time to decide, promising she would accept whatever choice the human made. This kindness confirmed what Samantha had suspected for years beneath the Queen's warrior exterior, was a heart capable of genuine love. While Samantha considered her options disturbing, reports came from the border worlds. Pirates were attacking human and Zoraxian ships, taking captives and stealing resources. But these were no ordinary pirates. Their ships used technology that shouldn't exist. Samantha traveled to the human colony on Proxima B to investigate a recent attack. She brought along her personal guard, Claire Bennett, a former Earth Special Forces soldier who had become her trusted friend. They discovered something shocking. The pirates were using combined human and Zoraxian technology that had been modified by a third unknown species. Further investigation revealed a terrifying truth. An ancient race called the Harbingers was manipulating events from the shadows. The Harbingers had been dormant for millennia, but were now awakening. They had been responsible for setting the Zoraxians against Earth, initially hoping the two species would destroy each other. The Harbingers believed diverse species working together threatened the galaxy's natural order. They had manipulated countless wars between promising civilizations for millions of years. Samantha Reeves never expected to become the savior of humanity. She was just a regular diplomat working for the United Earth Alliance when the Zoraxian fleet appeared in orbit around Earth. Their massive warships blocked out the sun in some regions, creating panic across the globe. The Zoraxians were a proud warrior race ruled by Queen Valera, a tall blue-skinned female with eyes that glowed like distant stars. The Queen had conquered 12 other species before setting her sights on Earth. Samantha was chosen to represent humanity in peace talks. Her superiors thought sending a female diplomat might appeal to the matriarchal Zoraxians. Samantha boarded the alien mothership with only a small tablet containing Earth's surrender terms, and a brave-faced Queen Valera was not interested in surrender terms. She wanted Earth as a trophy world. But something about Samantha caught her attention. The Queen circled around the human female, studying her with those glowing eyes. During their third meeting, Queen Valera made a shocking proposal. She would spare Earth if Samantha agreed to become her mate in a political marriage. The Queen explained that Zoraxian tradition allowed rulers to claim mates from conquered worlds. Samantha thought quickly, this could save billions of lives. She agreed to the marriage, knowing it was just a political arrangement, a fake union to stop the war. The treaty was signed, and the marriage ceremony was broadcast across Earth and the Zoraxian Empire. 6 months passed. Samantha lived in the royal palace on Zorax Prime, learning alien customs and serving as a liaison between species. She kept reminding herself this was temporary, just a diplomatic mission. But Queen Valera had other ideas. One night, during a royal feast, she announced that according to Zoraxian law, all royal marriages were lifelong commitments. Divorce was punishable by death. Samantha was trapped worse. Yet she discovered the Queen had only paused her war plans, not abandoned. Them Zoraxian scientists were developing a new weapon that could control human minds. Samantha found the plans in a secure database while exploring restricted areas of the palace. Lily Morgan, a human engineer who had been taken as a servant to the royal palace, helped Samantha understand the weapon technology. Together, they formed a plan to sabotage the project. Meanwhile, Queen Valera seemed to be developing genuine feelings for Samantha. She gave her gifts, shared Zoraxian poetry, and even took her on a tour of the sacred crystal caves only royalty could visit. Samantha was confused. Was the Queen manipulating her or actually falling in love? Kate Willis, a spy from Earth who had infiltrated the palace staff, warned Samantha not to trust. The Queen Kate had evidence that Valera had murdered her previous mates from other worlds when they were no longer useful. Samantha faced a terrible choice: continue the fake marriage to maintain peace or escape and risk restarting the war. She decided to confront Valera directly about the mind control weapon. The confrontation happened during a storm that shook the Crystal Palace. Valera admitted her plans but claimed they were only for defensive purposes. She revealed that 3 other alien empires were planning to attack Earth and that her weapon would protect humans, not enslave them. Samantha didn't know what to believe. But when assassins from a rival Zoraxian house attacked the palace, Valera shielded Samantha with her own body, taking a poisoned blade meant for the human. The Queen was badly wounded as Valera lay recovering. Samantha discovered the truth. The Queen had fallen in love with her and had secretly canceled the weapon program weeks ago. The plans Kate found were old ones, but the assassination attempt had triggered a political crisis. The Zoraxian military leaders wanted to attack Earth immediately, blaming humans for the attempt on their queen's life. Samantha realized the only way to save Earth was to fully commit to her role as the Queen's mate. She performed an ancient Zoraxian loyalty ritual, binding herself to Valera forever. This act earned the respect of the Zoraxian High Council. When Samantha returned to Zorax Prime with this information, Valera called an emergency meeting of the High Council. General Krozak argued they should attack the Harbingers immediately, but Samantha counseled caution. The Harbingers were masters of manipulation, and direct conflict might be playing into their hands. Lily Morgan, now the chief human engineer in the Zoraxian fleet, proposed a different approach. She had studied the pirate technology and believed she could create a shield that would block the Harbingers' mind control abilities, which they used to turn allies against each other. While Lily worked on the shield, Samantha made her decision about the heir. She would contribute her genetic material to create a child with Valera. This child would represent the permanent union of their species and ensure peace lasted beyond their lifetimes. The ceremony took place in the ancient temple of Zoraxian ancestors. Deep beneath the surface of the planet, Samantha and Valera offered their genetic material to the priestesses, who combined it using methods both scientific and mystical. 9 months later, Princess Zara was born with blue skin like her Zoraxian mother, but human eyes and expressions. The birth of Princess Zara was celebrated across both worlds. But the joy was short-lived. The Harbingers launched their first direct attack, destroying 3 border colonies and killing thousands. The war had begun. For the next 2 years, the human-Zoraxian alliance fought against the Harbingers. The ancient enemy was powerful with technology far beyond anything the alliance had seen. But they had underestimated what humans and Zoraxians could accomplish together. Lily Morgan completed the shield technology which protected Alliance ships from Harbinger mind control. Claire Bennett led Special Forces teams on daring raids against Harbinger supply lines, and Samantha worked tirelessly as a diplomat, bringing more alien species into the Alliance. Valera proved herself the greatest warrior queen in Zoraxian history, leading the fleet to victory in the Battle of the Crimson Nebula, where they destroyed a major Harbinger base. But the victory came at a cost. The Queen was exposed to a strange energy weapon that slowly began to poison her body. The Zoraxian doctors could find no cure. As Valera weakened, she named Samantha regent to rule until Princess Zara came of age. The Zoraxian nobles reluctantly accepted this unprecedented decision. A human would lead their empire. Samantha was determined to find a cure for her wife. She sent expeditions to the farthest reaches of known space, searching for advanced medical knowledge. One expedition led by Claire Bennett discovered an ancient space station built by a species that had fought the Harbingers millions of years ago. The station contained medical technology far beyond anything in the Alliance. Within its database, they found information about the Harbinger energy weapons and potential treatments for victims. Samantha ordered the station's technology brought back to Zorax Prime immediately, but the Harbingers would not allow such powerful technology to reach the Alliance. They sent their entire fleet to intercept Claire's expedition. Samantha knew the expedition ships couldn't outrun the Harbingers. She made a difficult decision. Samantha took command of the royal flagship and led half the Zoraxian fleet to rescue Claire and the ancient technology. She left her trusted advisor, Lily Morgan, to protect Zorax Prime and care for Princess Zara. Valera, too weak to fight, begged Samantha not to go, but the human was determined to save her wife's life. The battle was the largest in the war so far. Samantha used tactics no Zoraxian would have, considered dividing her forces and using smaller ships as decoys, while the main fleet attacked from multiple angles. Her unpredictable human strategy confused the Harbingers, who were used to the direct approach of Zoraxian warfare. Claire and her expedition escaped with the ancient technology, but Samantha's flagship was heavily damaged. The engines were failing and Harbinger ships surrounded them. Samantha ordered the crew to evacuate while she stayed behind to ensure their escape as the escape pods launched. Samantha sent a final message to Valera telling her wife how much she loved her and asking her to tell Princess Zara about her human mother. Then Samantha activated the self-destruct sequence, taking down 3 Harbinger warships with her. The news of Samantha's sacrifice spread quickly throughout the Alliance. On Zorax Prime, Queen Valera refused to believe her mate was dead. She ordered search parties to comb through the debris field. Meanwhile, Claire Bennett returned to Zorax Prime with the ancient technology. The medical devices were used to heal Valera, and the military technology gave the Alliance new weapons against the Harbingers. But the victory felt hollow without Samantha, 3 months after the battle. As Valera was reviewing military reports in the throne room, a guard announced an unexpected visitor. A human transport had arrived, carrying survivors from remote colonies. Among them was a badly injured woman who claimed to be Samantha Reeves. Valera rushed to the medical bay where the human lay unconscious. Her body was covered in burns and one arm had been replaced with a crude prosthetic. The Zoraxian doctors couldn't confirm her identity as too much of her had been damaged. When the woman finally woke, she claimed to be Samantha. She knew details only the real Samantha would know about their private life. She explained that she had escaped the exploding flagship in a damaged escape pod, but had been captured by the Harbingers. They had experimented on her body, replacing damaged parts with their technology, before she escaped during a prison transfer. Valera wanted to believe this was her mate, returned from the dead, but something felt wrong. The woman acted differently, more aggressive, more militaristic. Princess Zara, now 3 years old, refused to go near the woman, claiming she wasn't her human mother. Lily Morgan suggested a genetic test, but the results were inconclusive. The woman's DNA had been altered by Harbinger. Experiments. Claire Bennett remained suspicious, keeping close watch on the supposed Samantha. The woman claiming to be Samantha pushed for aggressive action against the Harbingers. She argued for deploying a new weapon that could destroy entire star systems to eliminate the Harbinger threat once and for all. This was against everything the real Samantha had stood for. One night, Princess Zara woke screaming from a nightmare. She claimed to have dreamed about her human mother, the real Samantha, trapped in a strange dark place calling for help. Zoraxian legend held that royal children sometimes had prophetic dreams. Could Zara be sensing the truth? Valera decided to test the woman. She asked about intimate memories that only she and Samantha had shared. The woman answered correctly, but something in her delivery was mechanical, as if reciting memorized information. Then Claire Bennett discovered something in the ancient technology they had recovered. It contained warnings about Harbinger, infiltrators, beings that could absorb the memories of captured enemies and impersonate them. A test was described to identify these infiltrators. The test required the suspect to hold a crystal from the ancient station while focusing on their deepest emotional memories. The crystal would glow blue for a genuine being and red for an infiltrator. Valera ordered the test performed. The woman protested, but royal guards forced her to comply. When she touched the crystal, it glowed bright red, confirming their fears. This was not Samantha, but a Harbinger infiltrator designed to influence alliance decisions and gain access to their technology. The infiltrator dropped its pretense, revealing its true form, a shape-shifting being with metallic skin. It attacked, killing 2 guards before Claire Bennett managed to subdue it. Valera demanded to know what had happened to the real Samantha. The infiltrator laughed, revealing that Samantha was alive, held in a Harbinger prison at their main base. It claimed the Harbingers needed her alive to maintain the copy's memories. Valera immediately ordered a rescue mission despite her advisor's warning. It was likely a trap using information extracted from the infiltrator. Valera led the mission herself alongside Claire Bennett. They took a small stealth ship to avoid detection. The Harbinger base was hidden inside an artificial black hole, a pocket of space where time moved differently. Inside the base they fought through Harbinger guards and security systems. Claire was badly wounded but insisted Valera continue without her. Following the mental signature of her mate, something Zoraxians could do with those they were bonded to. Valera found Samantha in a suspension chamber, barely alive, as Valera freed her mate. Alarms blared throughout the base. The Harbingers had detected the intrusion. The Queen carried Samantha back through the corridors, collecting Claire along the way. They barely reached their ship as the base's security forces closed in. The escape should have been impossible, but they received unexpected help. A faction of Harbingers appeared supporting their escape. These rebels revealed that Harbinger society was divided. Some believed peaceful coexistence with other species was possible. They had been watching the human-Zoraxian alliance with interest, seeing it as proof that different species could work together. With the rebels' help, Valera got Samantha and Claire back to Zorax Prime. The real Samantha was healed using the ancient technology, though the process took months. During her recovery, Samantha learned about her doppelganger and the events that had transpired. The Harbinger rebels joined the alliance, bringing crucial intelligence about their species' weaknesses. With this knowledge, Lily Morgan developed weapons that could target Harbinger ships without destroying entire systems. This allowed for a more ethical approach to the war, something Samantha had always advocated for. Princess Zara was overjoyed to have her real human mother back. The young princess had her Zoraxian mother's warrior spirit, and her human mother's diplomatic mind, making her the perfect future ruler of their combined people. The war continued for another year before the Alliance forces pushed deep into Harbinger territory. They discovered the Harbinger homeworld was dying, poisoned by its own technological excess. This explained their aggression. They needed new worlds to replace their own. Samantha proposed a surprising solution. Instead of destroying the Harbingers, she offered them membership in the Alliance. With access to the clean energy technology Earth had developed, they would be given uninhabited worlds to colonize if they agreed to end their manipulations and live peacefully. Many Alliance members opposed this plan, but Samantha insisted on breaking the cycle of violence. The conservative harbingers rejected the offer, but the rebel faction accepted, bringing over 40% of their population with them. 20 years after Samantha first boarded a Zoraxian ship as a terrified diplomat, she stood beside Queen Valera as they watched their daughter Princess Zara marry a harbinger peace leader, symbolizing the final reconciliation between their peoples. What had begun as a fake marriage of convenience to end one war had transformed the galaxy. Dozens of species now lived and worked together in the Alliance, proving that diversity was strength, not weakness. As they celebrated the wedding, Valera took Samantha's hand. That political arrangement from long ago had become the most real thing in both their lives. A fake marriage had saved humanity, but a real one had saved the galaxy.